What's going on, kids? So I shared this analysis yesterday in the video that I made, and I also shared a couple other analysis. We're just going to do a quick touch up on these real quick, just to kind of show how some of them are playing out. I'll make this video as short and sweet as I can. So yesterday, I shared this trade on GJ, and I also shared in the weekly outlook video that price has been going up in an uptrend for some time now. We've had some steep pullbacks over the course of the past few months of last year, but price is still channeling upwards. So I said I was still looking for buys. I was waiting on breaks above recent highs and retest to go along. So we did get that last night. Price here on GBP JPY cracked above this resistance level that it had formed, came back and retested and started to bounce. So I ended up taking a buy right here last night, and I put my stop just underneath this little horizontal support resistance level that got created. So currently the trade's up. I think this is like a 1 to 12 risk reward ratio right now. It's like currently like floating, like 1 to 13 right now. So the target's somewhere just way higher up here. I'm really anticipating GJ and a couple of the GBP pairs are going to continue up. A retest of these daily highs wouldn't surprise me. And in fact, I'm going to look to add positions right here prior to looking to just build a big position on GBP going up. So my stop loss is currently, as you can see right now, it's in break even on this one right now, and this one's up like a couple grand right now. So yeah, that one's good. So GJ played out good. I was also waiting to get buys on GU. However, I was asleep this morning. This happened during like a London session at 2 a.m. And by the time this is weird. And by the time I woke up, price had already taken off at this level. But I shared all of this last night in Telegram for free. If you're not here in my free Telegram channel, just hit the link in the description of this video and do my free training. It's like 30 minutes long, and after you watch it and click the link at the end, there's a link to join the free Telegram channel, this right here. But yeah, so I shared all this stuff yesterday, all this analysis. I shared the weekly outlook video, and then I put this here at 8 p.m. last night. I said starting a position on GJ longs and will scale in if price continues up. So this was my entry that I shared. Price pretty much just came back, tested the support, and ended up bouncing. So there was that. I said GU isn't quite ready yet, and I shared this right here. I was saying price needs to break above, come back and retest here around 1.3552, and then bounce. And this is exactly what happened. Price came up, bounced right here, ended up going up. Just again, I was asleep, so I wasn't able to catch the entry. I have a life. I'm not awake at 2 a.m. during London session. So that ended up playing out. There was a stop out that I had on AU. So I put right here, I just placed this buy on AU to USD with the parameter showed. We'll be looking for more entries above the next resistance level. Targets are a lot higher. So I entered this last night. The move ended up happening, but I did get stopped out on this prior to it moving. As you can see, I got literally stopped out to the pip. It ended up making a move into profit, or what would have been profit. And then price has since come back to retest this level. So this morning, this is the first two trades of the week. One of them was a stop out for -1R, and this one is in profit for like a plus 12R, plus 13R, whatever it is. So, but with AU, I did enter the second position. It actually looks like it might stop out right now. Reason being is price is still continuing its uptrend structure, and it broke above this current support resistance level right here, and it has retested and bounced. So on the minute 15, we can see price bounce once here, second time here, and it looks like it's coming back for a third time right here. So I might have to stop a little bit tight on this, but I'd rather have a tighter stop loss and not have to worry about like a ton of drawdown and stuff. If price ends up just stopping me out, but still ends up holding this level and bouncing, then I'll just look to re-enter this trade as well. But again, if it stops me out, I'm going to want to see, like, let's say it comes and hits the stop loss, but then pushes back up and then starts retesting again. I'll re-enter this position again if that happens. So yeah, kind of annoying. This one would have been in profit, like maybe a 1 to 3 risk reward. Well, now like a 1 to 2, 1 to 1 for the time being. But still, that happens. You can't win them all. So yeah, I'm in this one right here, and I will look to jump back in case this one pins out, so long as we can still continue seeing bullish rejection. These AUD pairs have just been in trends for so long, just uptrends forever. I see it being very difficult to think that the trend is going to end anytime soon, unless we start seeing significant bearish market structure. Like if prices crash beyond here, come and retest these zones, and then we just keep making new lows. At this point in time, if something like this happens, then I'll start looking for sells to short AUD pairs, the rest of this year, for however long that happens. But right now, I don't know. I just find it hard to be convinced that the uptrend is going to end anytime soon. So yeah, so I'm still bullish on all these AUD pairs. So we'll see what happens. That's that. There's also a setup on AUD JPY. I have an alert here at this level. I shared all this analysis as well in Telegram yesterday. So if you want to be following like all my free like trading call outs and stuff where I share all my trades, just go and like hit the link in the description of this video, do my free training, and then you can like hop in. There's a link to it at the end of the free training. Free training, short and sweet. It's like 30 minutes long. I literally teach you how to lay out your whole trading system, how to structure it all and everything, and how to take all the steps to get profitable. But so I shared this last night, and I was waiting for price to break above these recent highs. So if you look right here, let's just see what we got here. Shared AUD JPY. Did I share it? Same. So some simple buys on AJ. So this was like yesterday at like 17:29. What time was this? 11:30 a.m. So I shared this about like almost 24 hours ago. I was waiting on price to break above this zone, come back and retest the recent highs. So on the 1 hour chart, which is what I shared, this is exactly what's happening right now. It looks like we did have a little bit of a retest here already. It's usually better when price makes a nice move above the zone and comes all the way back and tests. So that's going to be good. I think it'll bounce right here, but then again, we'll see what the rejection does if it starts rejecting on the retest. There's also, depending on how you draw a trend line, there may be like some trend line rejection here as well. But again, if it just comes down to retest this zone and starts bouncing, then I will be looking to enter. Also on fib, it's going to be like the 61.8 pullback if it comes and tests this zone and bounces. So these are like, three confluences along with like just the major uptrend that's been going up. So I'm still waiting on this to set up on AJ. And if this sets up, then I will call out the trade, obviously, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, other than that, we're still in this AU trade. Like I said, I've already shared this analysis. New Zealand dollar USD, I was waiting on price to break above this zone and come back and retest to look for buys. So, in fact, this zone actually looks kind of weird right now. I think I'm going to take this one off. Yeah, I'm going to wait for something a little bit more clear on this right now. New Zealand dollar JPY, though, we have a clear zone that just got formed. I'm waiting on New Zealand dollar JPY to break above this area, come back and test and bounce. And I shared all this in Telegram. We're just in a super steep uptrend. I'm convinced it's at least going to try to keep going up for the meantime, unless we start making like severely lower market structure. Then I might be just shifting bias to sells. But for now, this looks good. There's no extreme levels or anything close by. Price has just been whacking through all of the recent highs, and it's just still going up like back here on the daily chart. So yeah, for the time being, like it's just a long bias on New Zealand dollar pairs as well as AUD pairs. So we also have USD pairs. I'm still convinced they're going to try to push down. So I am waiting on this for USD Chinese Huang. Is that how you say it? USD CNH. So this pair right here, we've just been in a downtrend forever. And so what I'm anticipating happening is yesterday this happened. We had a break and retest right here. This is more of like a H4 visualized trade. Price broke that low, came up, retest with rejection. I wasn't watching it at that time. So what I found is that whenever I was like watching it, price was down here. So last night I considered entering this like down in here, but I didn't like where my entry would have been because my entry would have been there and stop would have had to go like maybe somewhere up here. I didn't like this because like, let's say I'm targeting a lower low. This is a 1 to 6 risk reward, which is great. But if I can actually get an entry like at the zone, it'd be better. The risk reward's significantly higher. But yeah, I didn't get an entry at there. So it looks like we did have another opportunity present itself for entry this morning. I was asleep. That would have been a London session. But for now, for the time being, we can still look to trade this right here. This is a pretty clear, obvious support level here in the 1 hour. A break below this zone followed by a retest with rejection would give some nice opportunities to enter short. So I'm just going to set an alert right here at around 6.447. And we'll see if price can break that way. And then I'll get an alert. And then we can start looking for sells on this. And I'll share if I take something. USD CHF as well. If we go to the 4 hour daily, however you want to spin it, price has been in a pretty steep downtrend. It's ignored all reversal signals from like all the previous daily lows. So I think sells are a little bit safer for the time being. As you can see, AD just got stopped out as well. So we'll have to watch that to see if it sets up again. But USD CHF, what I'm waiting for is just a simple break below these recent lows. And if that occurs, then I will look for a retest of this zone to then go short on USD CHF. For the time being, it's still really pressing against this support level. Still trying to hold against this resistance here. maybe try to push past, so we'll just have to see. If it continues up, I won't start looking for sells until we get some bearish market structure here on lower time frames like H1, minute 30, minute 15. USD SEK, sort of the same thing. We're in a steep, severe downtrend, just crazy downtrend, like just all of like last year pretty much since March. And I'm waiting on sort of the same thing, a break of the recent lows followed by a retest to then go short on the rejection. And the trade would look maybe something like this. Like if it retests and rejects, let's say the entries here, stop would just go somewhere above the zone, and then targets would just be, a lot lower. So we'll see how this pans out, and if it sets up, and if it does set up, then I'll share the trade. So that's that. So that's pretty much, for the most part, that's pretty much it. To go and glance back here, AU, it's just stopped out again. And this position right here, if let's say it hadn't gotten stopped out the first one, I would still be in this position, but it would have a break-even stop. So, yeah, I mean, this perhaps would be coming to get stop out at break-even if I was still in it. So today, this marks 3 trades this week, 2 small losses for -2R, and then we've got GJ open right now on like a 1 to 12 risk reward, so that's fine. GU, we still have the opportunity for this to still set up if it comes and retest this level again. I think on the H4 it'd still be fine. In fact, on the H4 it looks like it hasn't even retested the level yet. So I'm still looking for longs on GU, and I'll share that in Telegram if I do get into any trades. Euro USD, I was waiting on price to like break above this area and come back and retest up here. But it hasn't broken above these highs. We've tried like 3 times yesterday and today, like once, twice, 3 times. Can't get above these recent highs, so I'm waiting on the market structure to shift upwards, and if price can break above this area, come back and test and stuff, then I'll just be looking to get into buys as price goes up. EU, as far as where it's going to reverse back to go in an uptrend, assuming it does go back in its uptrend like it's been going, it's kind of a roll the dice type thing, because like it could bounce at this support area, and another place it could bounce at is down here. I'm just going to wait for like the lower time frame structure to shift back upwards, because if you're looking at lower time frames like H1, minute 15, minute 30, it's in a downtrend for now, but within an overall uptrend, so it's likely a pullback. So we'll see what happens. That's that. So as far as everything else, AED-JPY is setting up right now, so this will be cool. I'm not going to rush in any trades right here, but I'm going to wait for some 1 hour rejection at this zone. And then if we see like maybe a couple minute 15 rejection candles, just something to convince me that this level is going to hold as support, then I'll be looking to go long on this here pretty soon. So yeah, these could all set up. These would be pretty great if it does, and I'll just continue monitoring everything else for potential entries, assuming they set up. So that's good. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update. If this video is helpful or useful, just hit the like button. It really helps out my channel. Consider subscribing if you do like these like straight to the point videos. And also check out my free trading at the link in the description, and hop in the Telegram channel where I share these trades. I'm going to get a lot more active this year, sharing trades and stuff again. So yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys soon. You guys have an amazing rest of the trading week, and chat with you guys later. Cheers.